Hello, everybody. Oh gosh, always running late. I always make fun of other streamers running late, and here I am, episode 4. But hey, it's 4 episodes. Anyway, we've got a fun one lined up for today. Sorry, I'm still getting everything settled. I've got two guests, first time ever, episode 4, two guests. Still no Dan Who. I'm gonna bring that up to him every time. Still no Dan Who. But let me know if you're here in the chat. But this isn't about me. This isn't all about me. Let's bring in my wonderful, I guess involuntary co-host, Andrew. Hey, bud, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I can hear you today, Andrew.
That's good.
No technical difficulties so far. Well, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but no technical difficulties so far. I feel like I'm sitting really high. Can I lower this chair? Oh God, no.
Very
Okay, so Andrew, we're not by ourselves today.
really.
We're not by ourselves today.
You got
I
somebody?
have someone who I mean, I really it's episode 4, so I'm patting myself on the back. I'm gonna do it every week. But I figured it was time to bring some class onto the stream. So without further ado, I want to introduce my good friend. I wonder, does this I have to bring him on and ask if this counts as 3? Yes, but it's David Evan Smith. How's it going, bud?
Good. I don't know if I'm bringing class. Are you talking about somebody else?
No. All you, all you, all you.
Good to be
All
here.
you.
Nice to meet you, Andrew. I don't think we've met. So
No, I don't think so.
No, no. So Andrew is a collector, but he's not into all the debauchery like us. He
Yeah.
he actually knows how to limit himself, David. I don't even know what that word means, to be honest with
can
you.
you spell that? I don't. Does not compute. What language is that? Limits. I don't. No, I don't know. I've left the
But
chat.
but Stussy is here. Hey Stussy, how's it going, bud? Stussy has not missed one yet. I'm very surprised. Thank you for being here, bud. So, guys, today we'll go through some pickups. I've picked up a few things this week. David, I already sent you a picture of one of them, so I know you're proud of me at least a little bit. That was earlier in the week. And then we can go quickly. There's not really a whole lot of news right now. PulseCon is right around the corner. But I do want to touch base on there's something I'm extremely excited about. I wanted to see, especially you, David. Like I've got a feeling I know what some of the stuff you might be excited about. And we'll get into the big thing, which I think all three of us have had a hard time with this. I think I bit off a little more than I could chew. Our top 5 favorite figures, and each of our lists are going to come with some stipulations. For me, I had to limit it to modern stuff. I had to eliminate like old stuff and vintage just to and I was actually on the phone with Andrew trying to find my fifth thing, trying to narrow it down like right before this stream started. And I know, David, you said you're like, well, it's
So a little for Andrew. You don't know me. Like for anybody that has never seen me before, I collect a lot. This is just one wall in my apartment. I keep an inventory count of what I have displayed in my apartment. My roommate, bless his heart, he's cool with me being a collector. So most of the apartment, like living room, hallway, like everything has some part of my collection in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's broken up. Like I moved into this apartment a year ago, so I like it's broken up. Like there's a Batman corner, there's a X-Men wall, there's a Savage Land with dinos and Jurassic Park figures and X-Men all mixed in. There's this Marvel Cosmic Avengers wall behind me. So like there's every part of my apartment has stuff. I have 2,632 action figures on display in my apartment right now. So you tell me to pick a top 5, like
sick.
just generally, like I need more parameters than that. Like I've collected since I was a child, so and I'm 41 right now. Like keep that under your hat. But like, how do you pick a top 5 favorite? It's like picking like I don't have kids, but it's like I love all of these things that I've bought, and I've justified all of these purchases in my mind in the last 35 years. So I had to keep it to like 5 that I've gotten this year that I love. So that's because I would go insane otherwise. Like I have too much stuff.
So you're telling me there's not going to be an Rich M honorable mention like 2000?
Yeah,
Right.
there will be
Okay.
honorable mentions all over the. No, I have 5 that I legit pulled and have next to me, and I'm gonna keep it to that. But I like I sent you pictures of the collection because like this is all you guys see, but there's like a world out there in my apartment of full of everything.
And David, like you're just the way you display stuff. I know the way you've got the jail cell scene. That's still set up, right? I know
Yeah,
I've seen pictures
in
of
my
that a long
Batman
time
corner.
ago. Yeah. And gosh, there's so many. There's your way of displaying stuff. You've got the Egyptian setup of like the mix of things.
Mhm.
It looks great, man.
I have a
Great.
shopping mall that I built during COVID. There was I didn't know about this, but there was like I saw a Facebook post with like some action figures and a dio of like an AMC movie theater, and I was like I had to ask questions and dig around, and apparently this company called it's a line called My World by Jack's Pacific, and it's like modular shopping shops that you can like stack on top of each other or build side to side or both. And so like COVID, we were quarantined. I had nothing to spend my unemployment money on, so I just bought shopping malls and just built a 3-level shopping mall for my X-Men civilian customs to just go shopping and get attacked by Sentinels. So like that's like my topper of my X-Men wall. The topper of my Batman wall is the jail cell. Topper of my Cosmic wall is Galactus and Wasp.
I love that setup.
Customs. So like I try to use every bit of space to like display stuff, not having like a blank wall. Like I get figures mounted on the wall, because I have a lot. So why have so much if you're not going to display it? That's me. Like I need to see what I'm spending money on.
In my mind, I can't justify, since I have space to display, I can't justify putting something in totes because it's like, oh, if in my mind, that means I need to get rid of something. If I didn't have a whole room to dedicate to my display, then that'd be a different story. But man,
it's hard for me to think of like, I have friends that like rotate their displays and like they file stuff away and then they bring out new stuff on this one cabinet. But like I have like drawers full of stuff that I don't display, but it's either like they're old and they got replaced by a better version in Marvel Legends, or like stuff that I bought for fodder to like take apart and customize and use the pieces of. So like that's mostly the stuff that's not out on display. But also like when Marvel Legends releases like 18 different Wolverines, my display is kind of broken up by era and decade, and so like I can put this Wolverine in the team that he makes sense in context, so like it justifies me buying every single version of Wolverine because I have a place to go with each of them,
You said a magic word, justify. Who was it last week, Andrew? Somebody said that I should coin the term justification with something else.
branding, man.
Yeah, I'm going to put that on a shirt. I'm going to get a coffee mug. Andrew, we need to get you a logo. So I'm going to get a coffee mug with something of you on it, and it's just going to say entertain the chat.
That would be like we need.
And then I will send you one. But let me say hi to Z-Man's here. What's up, Z-Man? Stussy did say it's a good week. You got the new Retro Venom, McFarlane, Adam West, and Ben Affleck. And Legion X is here. Howdy, howdy. How's it going, bud? So, guys.
Mom here? She was here. I saw the Rocco stream. She was here for that.
Yeah. I guess she showed up for Rocco and nobody else. She didn't show up for me. It was all Rocco. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Wow. Mom, I love you if you're watching. But David, you are the honorary guest today. So what have you picked up this week, my friend?
Oh, so what's today? Saturday? I'm a manager in retail, and I'm on like day 3 of like a 8-day in a row stretch of work. So like there's not a weekend for me. Like I don't know how to break up these days. What did I get this week? I don't know. Well, I got my gift, my win from the stream from 2 weeks ago with Rocco. So hold on, I have it.
That giveaway was a train wreck, by the way. I do not like the duck race. I will never be doing another duck race. It's the wheel and only the wheel. As
I mean, I love a duck race, but leave it to Dan if he can manage
yeah,
duck race. What didn't it wipe out all the names that you typed in? So
3 different times. 3
like,
different times. As man,
but got this nice gift from it's Pokemon. Obviously, it's Pokemon's Charizard. I think I have to put him in Savage Lands.
That'd be cool.
Because that's kind of like my catch-all multiverse area of like Jurassic Park, human people, dinosaurs, X-Men for Savage Land version. So that's probably where he's gonna go.
Yeah.
So.
And they've re-released that figure so many times, but it's good. I really enjoy it.
Articulation's good. I've never bought one of these figures, so it was interesting to see like the ankle rockers and how much points of articulation they actually are, the wings, the tails got like 4 parts, so really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. You are finally a duck race champion, and you can say that. So
I've never won one. I don't think I've ever got points at Dan Who's Duck Race. So
I don't have any.
If you're watching Dan Who, fuck your duck race. Your duck race sucks because I've never won anything. But first duck race with Justin, and I got a free gift. So
there you go. There you go.
That might be the only one I received today. This week. It's kind of that low where there's all these pre-orders going on and like nothing shipping right now. Or I'm so ahead of things and I'm caught up and there's nothing for me to gather.
Yeah, but those lulls might be kind of sad, but they're also they're really good for the wallet too. But
yeah, I'm fortunately at the moment not negative in the bank, so that's a win.
There you go. That's all we can hope for. Hey, what's up, Christopher Allen? Christopher Allen's here, and Z-Man said Sunday for me. Haha, UK times are fun. Oh yeah, it's like 2 a.m. for them right now. Z-Man's here. Where are you, Dan? Where are you? Come on now.
Sleeping? Like, what's that about? It's the weekend.
He doesn't sleep. He's
Z-Man's not sleeping.
So, Andrew, what did you get this week, man?
Well, I hate to say it, but nothing in person.
Nothing?
Nothing.
That's fine. We've all got weeks like that.
Yeah, I went on to Mercari today, though. I found there's a person that makes a Emperor Palpatine hologram figure that'll fit into the palm of a Black Series Commander Cody.
Oh,
so
nice.
Just gotta wait for that.
Man, I'm so excited when you get ready to like display all your stuff and like set up a whole display. I'm excited for you, and I'm coming over no matter what to help you put it out. And I'm not even that big on Star Wars, but it's an excuse to play with toys, so that's all I care about.
That's all it is.
Are you guys neighbors? Like, do you live nearby?
Probably like 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
Yeah. We grew up next to each other. Actually, it was like a family street. We have a third cousin who's our age too, that was on the other side of Andrew's house. Yep. So the 3 of us just grew up together, getting in trouble and everything. So
wait, so you guys are family?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even know how you 2 know each other.
Yeah, we're cousins, and there's only six months apart.
Okay.
It was crazy. Our moms, there's 6 months between me and Andrew, and then so I'm the oldest, and then Matt's 3 months after me, and then Andrew's 3 months after him.
Does Matt collect as well?
A little bit, but he lives in Poland now. So
the country, Poland?
Yeah.
Oh.
He said he was going to move out of South Carolina, and he meant it. And he is across the pond.
Oh, Andrew, why do you not currently have a display? I'm just curious.
Just don't have the room for it at the moment.
So you're gonna that sheet behind you is like them tearing the wall down to like give you space to
adding onto the house. Adding onto the house.
Yeah.
I don't know if I brought this up already, Andrew, but Stussy says he does miss your background from last week.
Well, it was nice, but it kept on glitching. So
yeah, it's all right. I like the sheet. And I
couldn't show anything. Like every time I held something up to the camera, it wouldn't show it.
Yeah. Kenny's here. Encountered Culture. He said, "What a sexy creep." He's only talking about the three of you, David.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Oh, and
Somebody else like-
we have a rare Nick sighting. Thirsty for chicken? How's it going, bud?
Oh, hey Nick.
Hope you're doing good, man. I hadn't heard from you in a while. Pop into a chat every now and then. But so I guess we can. And I told Andrew, so I'm still new to the streaming thing, David. So it's only episode 4. So I felt like when I went back and listened to a little bit of the stream last week, I apologized to him. I was like, man, I felt like I was talking over you. I was like, I'm just trying to keep them from being too much dead air. I was like, call me out on it. Call me out on it. If I'm yapping too much, just tell me to shut up. But anyway, the show's all about me. So let's get into my pickups. So let's go straight to something I know David loves. Man, people think I've been getting some hate online on some of my videos because I've been talking crap about the Wonder Woman. I just don't like that figure. I don't have it in my collection anymore. I got rid of it.
The comic
comic
Wonder Woman?
Yeah, the 7-inch scale one.
Yeah.
The newest one, the classic. The longer I had it, the more I started to dislike it, just certain things about it. And I ended up getting rid of my comic Justice League. I'm still picking up mainly his movie lines because, man, the Batman Forever line and the Batman and Robin line are amazing. Like last week, I showed off my Batman Forever wave. My biggest nitpicks are I wish he could have done something else as to build a figure instead of the bat. But in all honesty, what else from that movie could he do?
Nicole
Besides a
Kidman nightgown, I'm assuming
Yeah.
would satisfy.
Right? Yeah. But man,
I'm sure there's like laws around that. So
yeah, probably lightness and everything. And I guess he wanted to do something big. So it is what it is. But this figure's awesome. He does great lightnesses on these like live action guys. So I really wish he would have been on this game back when the Batman movie came out, because I don't think those I picked up one of those and like instantly got rid of it. I just didn't like it. But he's come a long way with these. Yeah. And if he's going to keep doing cloth wired capes, I mean, that's enough to make me overlook some of the things I don't like.
I don't know how he can fit that in the budget when every other company is crying about needing to make their toys $30 to do anything and like an extra set of hands and an extra head. But like, true, like the cloth wired capes, especially the Batman Forever Robin figure.
Oh, that one's so nice too.
Is amazing.
So good.
Like there's like a texture in it, like in the yellow, and like it looks premium stuff. And I agree with you 100%. Like the Batman Pattinson movie figures are trash. I can't. I love the movie. I cannot spend money on any one of those figures because they look like melted garbage. But like Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, so I've seen a rumored list about 1989 Batman figures. Cannot wait. Give me every Joker costume that was in that movie. Give me Vicky Vale. Give me Bob the Goon. And then they obviously have to, saving Batman Returns for last, just to give us Michelle Pfeiffer and Danny DeVito. Like, I cannot wait. Hey, Rush. I see you, Rush.
Hey, Rush. How's it going, bud? Thirsty for Chicken did say he reminds me of my cousin Mose from The Office. Who? Of cousin Mose, not his cousin Mose. Oh, you're talking about Andrew because the beard?
I don't run like so. There's that.
That's one of our comfort shows. We'll just have on in the background at home, and it just cracks me up all the time.
Did you know I still have that figure?
Oh yeah, nice. You're getting there. Yeah. You customize it and everything. Now, David's someone you can talk to about customizing some figures, Andrew. David does a lot of customizing, and they look awesome.
Thank you. I do it when it's like a lull in new stuff to keep me occupied and not trying to like spend too much money I shouldn't spend. But I love the creativity and the freedom of just like kit bashing things together and like right color parts and like making characters that we normally wouldn't get, you know. Like I have a list of I keep lists, you know, but I have lists of plenty of figures that I've customized. There's a ton up there. There's like the Shi'ar Imperial Guard is up up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Is it-
but yeah, if you're just starting to get into it, like hit me up. We'll chat about options.
All
Oh
right.
yeah.
Andrew? Do you normally collect Marvel Legends, or what else do you collect?
Well, honestly, that's my first Marvel Legends pickup. Mainly just the Asian.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Asian Jim from The Office. But Andrew's
That's
mainly Star
going to get
Wars.
Legends.
Okay.
But
There's plenty.
oh, there's a lot. And speaking of plenty, so this is a hole that I just keep falling further down, but it's nostalgic. So I keep picking up more Pokemon. I'm running out of shelves. I've got the top of those cubes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cubes of Pokemon and a top shelf. So technically 8 cubes worth of Pokemon. And I'm nowhere near done. But this multi-pack, I needed a Ditto, I needed a Meowth, and I didn't have a what's his name? He's newer. Lechonk. I had an Eevee, but I mean, whatever. It was a multi-pack. And I went to Five Below, right? And I'm just a sucker for these kinds of things. Like
What
the
kind of costume
holiday
on
Pokemon.
Pikachu? What is that?
It's a pumpkin. It's like a jack-o'-lantern suit. And
Oh,
Eevee has a witch hat. And so I've got Christmas Pokemon. I've got Halloween Pokemon now. I was so mad that they didn't have a Bulbasaur with his bulb as like a pumpkin. I was so mad. There is a Squirtle out there that's holding like a pumpkin pail though. So I need that. So I'm falling further and further down the rabbit hole.
You're gonna have to do
Speaking
more.
of rabbit holes, say what?
You're gonna have to do more giveaways to make space.
Man,
Yeah.
no, just more shelves. More shelves. I've got ideas in mind. I've got floating shelves I can put up in the room. I eventually want to upgrade these shelves to taller ones. And these are like really nice looking shelves. So I think we can find somewhere else in the house for them possibly that my wife can put like some of her stuff and I want to get more like the white Walmart bookshelves to put over here because that's technically 2 extra shelves and the shelves are larger and wider. So yeah. Anyway, speaking of rabbit holes, this is my first Jada Street Fighter figure.
Not the last.
No. I've been waiting for Guile because that's who I always played as when I was younger. I was more of a Tekken. I was more into playing Tekken and what was the name? Soul Calibur. Played a lot of Soul Calibur. And early like Super Nintendo, like Mortal Kombat 2. Just played the crap out of that. But I went to our local toy shop, Cosmos, and I actually took my Nightmare Bat up there because I was going to put it in my cube shelf behind the Batman and Forever wave, and it wouldn't fit no matter which way I tried to. And I was like, well, I'm not just going to have this somewhere random if it can't go with the rest of them. I'm not that attached to it. Let me take it up here and see if he wants it. And I ended up leaving with somebody had traded in a loose Chun-Li complete. So I was like, So I will have one already when Guile comes. Now I'm already thinking about Ryu, but I don't want the regular Ryu. I kind of want the player 2 Ryu because it's like a grayish blue, right?
Isn't there the evil one? Has like an angry, like a screaming head, or does player 2 have?
I'm not sure. I know player 2 was on Amazon for like $29, so I might pull that trigger eventually, but it's like a list of things in my mind. I'm like, I'm going to wait to get this, and I'm just got to place it in like the queue of I'll get it when I get it. But that's not the only thing I got. This is actually something I picked up for my Spider-Man. I know he's not technically from the animated series, but in my mind, he was in those, that was it 1 or 2 episodes.
Mhm.
It at least looked like him. I know this is technically from a video game, but I had this when it first released. I got rid of it and I kind of regretted it ever since because now I've got the much better Spider-Man animated series display and I felt like I was missing him. So I picked him back up. And speaking of Spider-Man, I never picked this guy up, but he had him too, the Iron Spider. Because I try to stick to David, there's so many Marvel Legends all the time. Like, you know. So I try to limit myself to Infinity Saga MCU and the 90s animated series stuff and related to that. So, and that's still a lot. And I do some comic stuff, but not a lot.
Because
So I try to
Infinity
keep it limited.
Saga includes basically every Marvel movie through Endgame,
Yeah, yeah,
so that's a lot.
yeah, yeah. So
And
I
then
had like all the stuff after that, and I recently kind of purged most of that because I was like, I'm just kind of falling out of love with it. And some of these are great figures, but if I'm getting to me, if I have, let's say, 30 figures representing something, and I'm going to get rid of 15, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the other 15. I'm not going to like leave a hodgepodge cube, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
I'm just going to gut the whole thing and make space for other stuff because I've been on a DC kick, a Pokemon kick. So more Spider-Man. There's no shortage.
I mean,
Uh,
it's interesting how collections evolve for us. Like, what they any toy company tries to trickle out parts of everything so to keep us buying along the way, you know. So like, but for
yeah,
me, like, it's justifiable for me to collect in context. So like, any one thing that they release will fit into one of these decades of teams.
yeah.
And if they start a new one, like preview, one of my top 5 is Icarus. So
Oh,
this is an exceptional figure. I did the energy eyes on him, so like that's
nice.
custom. But like that's the first Eternals figure that they've ever really made from the comic book. So like that's he's in Cosmic up there, but there's a potential when they release the next one or two Eternals that it starts to like flesh that out and like make a
Mhm.
home for itself in the display. So like for me, it's like I can compute, like I spent the money and the time of collecting these. So like if I'm over it like for 1 week, I can't imagine like selling off 30 figures. But
Yeah,
and I'm gonna want that armored Spider-Man back. You know,
yeah.
I'm always gonna come back around to wanting it. So like I'm bad at selling shit, obviously. So like I'm
Yeah.
drowning
I
in my.
think
But
what kills me is when I first got rid of this, I got rid of it with my original retro carded Scarlet Spider and this was not long after this came out. So that was what, almost 2 years ago?
the gray
Eh,
carded Scarlet Spider or the new
Um, the one that was popping up at Ross everywhere randomly.
the adventure
Um,
card one, not the Spider
yeah,
adventure card one, right?
yeah, 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 yeah. So I was like, oh, they're going to re-release a new one. They're going to do a new one. So I sold it. I sold it and this for like $90. So, and that was at the time, like that was a pretty good deal for whoever got those. I wasn't, I was just like trying to fund something else. So
Mm-hmm.
I put it up on Mercari. Somebody scooped it up within like an hour. So,
I think.
and
Go
I
ahead.
proceeded, oh, sorry. I
No, you
proceeded to wait almost 2 years for a new Scarlet Spider. So I was kicking myself, but we finally got one and it's amazing. I love it.
right.
But then like this guy, just I trade credit, just whatever. He had 15 on it. So
I mean,
it's
that's the thing. It's like so part of my justifications is like I buy it when it comes out at like mass suggested retail price because
Mhm.
I feel like you never know what is gonna be, like sell out like that, and then it's inflated on the aftermarket. So if I don't get it now when it's like new before it becomes this sought after thing, then I'm gonna be spending twice or three times as much just to get it later, and I don't
Yeah.
want to play that game where I'm like, I don't know like how much it's going to inflate and how much I'm going to need to like go into the hole to buy that when I could have gotten it for $22.99 or $24.99 right
Exactly.
at the jump, so like that's why I try to just get everything right away and like not chase it later down the road.
Mhm.
you know
Yeah, because man, some of that stuff goes high. Like
it's
that, the new retro card of Venom just released, and good luck finding it. I
yeah
know a lot of people are upset about some things about it. I'm not going to get into that, but it's the
well
price is what the price is.
Warbird from Target, the new one.
Uh-huh.
Like how
Mhm.
many people, like the pre-order was a mess, like nobody could pre-order it. Then like our friend Mike Hex was like, "Oh, it's gonna flood the Target shelves." I still have not seen it in a Target
No.
at all.
Me neither.
Like I got one through a Target pickup, like in a location. One friend found one and then sent it to me. So like I've only got them through other people. Like I haven't been able to actually lay hands on one in a store. So like, what do I do? Like I need to try to get it early. Like,
and
me trying
I
to find
get
2 months from now.
it's so hard to find stuff in the stores now. I get such a rush of adrenaline when I actually find something I want in the store. It's like, yes.
Because how
thank God.
rare? How rare is that? Like I go to Target like once a week at least, and
Mhm.
it's the same DC multiverse McFarlane stuff right now is fire that looks crazy.
The green
Metallo,
thing,
huh?
the green kind of looking
Green
thing.
translucent fire female that like they painted her eyes and like she's just it's not aesthetically it was not executed well. I'm trying to be so kind. I'm trying not to turn this into like let's bash McFarlane for 2 hours.
Oh gosh, but people are already hating on me for hating Wonder Woman. Well, that's the thing. I didn't hate the figure. I don't know. And you were talking about the price point with the cloth capes.
Mm-hmm.
Someone was saying that because I said something about the lasso needed to be a better material than that. They were like, "Well, that's not in the budget."
But
Mm,
and that cape's way too long. They could have like made it shorter and
yeah,
saved a little money on the fabric, but
I'm gonna give him another compliment though. He's not using the same material for each cape. He went with kind of a more metallic, kind of looking from that show cape with this, like you were saying about the Robin cape. So, man, he can do so much better. For every Captain Carrot, there's a Wonder Woman. I'm telling you. But
go ahead.
oh, sorry.
No, yeah.
I can't get the stand to stay. Anyway, that's. I wanted to give a plug real quick. I did a review. I said screw it and just did an unboxing of my Simpsons figures. Besides Bart's eyes, which look cross-eyed as all, it looks worse in person. These figures are awesome. I really, really like this line. I'm really excited to see where they go with it. I just hope you don't have wonky eyes in every wave.
And I have to jump on that bandwagon. Like I collected the World of Springfield Simpsons from like Playmates like years ago, and every single one of those, like the eyes are stamped. Like it's not a quality control issue that I ever worried about with that line.
Yeah,
this is way better articulation. It's about the same scale, but like how do you get the eyes wrong? Like, and it's like everybody like. How are they applying it that they're all so randomly high, low, left, right, like, and like this is like you barely need to put paint on this figure. Like everything is in the plastic color that it is, right? Like, so can you just put the effort into the eye so that everyone's actual face is okay for display? If you turn them at certain angles, then you can't tell. But we shouldn't need to do that. Like it's the eyeballs, man. The eyes are the windows to the souls of our toys. Like man, protect the eyes, man. So that's it. That's all I'm going to say about that. It's unfortunate. I have Bart's, Homer, and Otto. I haven't found Groundskeeper Willie yet, but that's all. And I haven't seen Bart. Is Bartman an exclusive to like?
It's a Walmart exclusive. Walmart? I'm kicking myself because one of our local Walmarts had like 2 pegs full of them. And I was like, I'll get it another day. I got to get something else today. I haven't seen it ever since.
So you can't wait. You can't wait.
I know. Check the Walmart app. Depending on your area, I did see it for like retail on the Walmart app the other day. I just don't have $35 worth of stuff I want to order from Walmart to get free shipping right now.
Fair. I don't have a Walmart accessible to me. Like I'm in New York, Metro New York area. So like, I would need to get a car and drive to Long Island, and I don't even drive.
Oh no, it wasn't delivery from them. It was like ship from their warehouse. Okay. It was in stock the other night. I don't know if that's going to be an issue where like maybe the SKUs and you might get like a random one instead of Bartman. I know that Walmart has had trouble with that at some points. so I'm not
But also
sure.
now we don't know what the eyes are going to look like when they ship it in that package. You know,
Yeah.
you could have
I'm-
picked from 2 pegs worth of Bartman and found
I
the best
know.
eyes.
I know.
And you could
What
have
kills
bought
me
10
about
of them and sold all the great eyeball Bartman.
what kills me is, so with Bart here, this was the first one I picked up. I picked up Bart from Target like a week before I found the other ones. This was the only one that Target had. When I found all my other ones, there were like 3 other Barts there scattered through that Walmart, but I didn't know to look at the eyes of the one I'd already gotten. So I could have picked and tried to. I'm saving my Bart's box, and if I find one with better eyes, I'm buying that one and reboxing this one and returning it because
Yeah.
I don't care. It's
It's
terrible.
prison rules here. Like, we got to do what saves.
There's nothing wrong with the figure but paint, and that's from the factory, so I don't feel bad at all. You're
Yeah.
getting what you get. I don't.
Word.
But so I did want to just quickly, mainly because I've got something that I kind of forgot that I'm so excited about this figure, guys. And there's so much coming out, and I've kind of been dipping my toes into Mafex and doing more like quality over quantity in some ways. Most of my Mafex I've traded for.
That's
I know it's
Mafex.
dangerous. It's dangerous.
Just send me that set. I'll hold on to it for you. Keep it safe.
Right.
And make a more informed decision, not impulsive. You know.
But I cannot believe that nobody has done this figure yet until this is probably going to be like another year before we actually get this. The John Cena Peacemaker. Why nobody but McFarlane? The McFarlane ones don't count because they looked awful. They looked absolutely awful. But no SHF of this yet, and no Mafex, and this is probably like a year and a half to 2 years away. But nobody's talking about this. But I'm so excited.
Think of James Gunn effect. Like, Guardians of the Galaxy was that big risk movie for Marvel with all these random characters nobody ever heard of, a talking tree, a talking raccoon. And so, like, the first toys that came out for that were hot garbage. And so if it's this Peacemaker was introduced in the Suicide Squad movie, which did they do a line of toys from Mafex or SH Figure Arts of those characters?
Yeah. The second one, a little, not so much the second Suicide Squad movie. It was mainly the first one.
Right. But that was before James Gunn even. Well, James Gunn wasn't on the first one, right?
No, I forget who the director was there.
Right. So, like, it's an unproven, at that point when he was coming out, it was an unproven character. Nobody knew it was going to catch fire, that people were going to love, that they were going to do a spin-off show. So, production schedules, like, it's going to put that out a couple of years. So it does look good from the prototype. And I did enjoy the show, and I love John Cena in the role. So
John Cena I've never cared for him too much as a wrestler, but man, he is hilarious in other roles. And it almost seems like not even trying to be funny. He's like that awkward dad kind of funny.
He's that deadpan, dead serious delivery, but they give him the most ridiculous things to say. So, like, it's entertaining to try to just see what's going on in his brain, that this shit is going on the screen, But he's great in a lot of the stuff that I've seen.
Andrew, did you watch the Peacemaker show?
Nope.
You have to watch it. It is very I don't know how to describe it.
I don't either.
It's more, I don't want to say down to earth, but it's not really, it's the superhero, it's in the DC universe, but they don't really do any of them have powers that are really shown off in that show?
I don't think so. Because it was mostly like their version of like Marvel's Shield, kind of.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so they were all just agents that worked for this agency. And Peacemaker. But I think that's also why James Gunn is drawn to these characters. It's like they don't have powers. They're not traditional superheroes, and he tries to find the entertaining parts of them and creates just big personalities in these roles,
man. And
Worth a
Andrew,
watch.
it's John Cena running around in a helmet sometimes and a gun.
And underwear
And
sometimes.
yeah, and he has a pet eagle. Is it eagle or is it a falcon? It's a bald eagle, right?
Eagle. I think it's because he
Pet
names it
bald eagle.
Eagly, doesn't it? Doesn't he?
Yeah, eagly. Yeah, it was eagly. Oh man, it's hilarious, Andrew. He's not like he's not a hero. He's like an anti-hero
Mhm.
where but in his, you just have to watch it. It's funny.
It's
It's
only
funny.
like what, 8 episodes or less?
Something like that. Yeah.
Not
And who plays his dad? What's his name?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, isn't it the guy that played the T-1000 in Terminator 2?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Robert Patrick. I've got a funny story about that. I don't know if I've ever told this story on stream before. I worked for Spectrum for a little while doing sales, and I sold him home internet and TV before. He's a really nice guy. I didn't realize it was him. We were coming out of training, and so we were doubled up, and something about his voice sounded familiar, and I couldn't. And the girl that was like partnered with me like Googled his name real quick and showed me the picture. I was like, what? And we like just talked on the phone for a little while. He's a really cool guy. It was like one of his homes. It was like another home that he doesn't use all the time. He was getting something set up at. I was like, why are you setting your own stuff up on the phone? This
Did you right? You don't have people to do that for you?
yeah, I guess.
Did you get
I guess
to go
not.
install it at his house? Did you talk
Say what?
to go install it? No.
No.
Yeah.
It was like really far away. It was like really far away. It was, I forget what state it was in, but I don't know. That's a
Sale.
fun story. It was cool. It was
Good
cool.
sale.
I didn't stay at that job long. That job sucked. Anyway, let's say hi to the chat. I don't want to ignore the chat. Let's see. Stussy did say now that McFarlane steps up his figures, they suddenly become hard to get. Yeah, he cut production big time. Big time.
Did he? Is that a fact?
I don't have anything to back it up, but I feel like it is because I'm looking for that Batman Beyond, the new Batman Beyond. I think, is it a Walmart exclusive or a Target exclusive?
So. Well, yeah, I think that Walmart was like, because the Old Man Bruce and Batman Beyond were maybe Batman Beyond is Target because it's the red packaging, you know?
Maybe, yeah. But that is the more 6-inch style, right? Like to go like the old the DC Direct. Yeah.
Well,
so
I think they're all copied molds. Like I don't know if they did a Batman Beyond, but I remember the Old Man Bruce.
Yeah.
They had to have. I think they were all on a 3-pack.
Maybe. And Nick says, I also sold my entire Toon Turtle collection except the SDCC set. That's a lot. Did you have were you a completionist on that line, Nick? That's be a good amount of money. Stussy, Pattinson Batman isn't very toyetic. No, I have the Mafex. The Mafex is amazing, but I just have him
good in the photos. Yeah,
I don't have him doing anything special on the shelf. He's just brooding. So
he's got nobody to play with, right?
Yeah. I don't think they haven't done anybody else from that. I said, I'm looking forward to the Batman vs Superman wave. Oh yeah.
For me, it's like it's not timely. Like they've basically put a pin in that franchise. It's going to be new actors. We have like multiverse different Batman. We have Michael Keaton as Batman. We have Pattinson as Batman. So like, sure, but like, where were those figures when the movie was out? You know, it's like I don't feel right backtracking to buy figures for a movie franchise that is like deliberately destroyed as of right now. Like franchises that have come and gone, like I'll definitely revisit the Schumacher and Burton stuff. Like, but I don't know. I mean, we'll see if the figures are amazing. You know,
I liked Affleck as Batman. I think
he just wasn't given
fine. Yeah,
he wasn't given a venue of his own. Like he didn't have his own Batman movie at all. He had 2 minutes in Suicide Squad, the first one.
Yeah, right? That was it. Like in a flashback.
Joker and Harley on a car or something.
Yeah.
And like, it's like, but here's a question. What do you guys feel about Joaquin Phoenix Joker figures? Would you want?
Yeah, I'd want one just for representation because I'm excited for the second movie. I really like the first one. I like the idea of them realizing that we can do this stuff on the side and it doesn't necessarily have to connect to anything.
Mhm.
and we could just make
Like
a good free floating movie.
like movies used to be, you know?
Yep.
Like
Not
I
everything
think
has to be the MCU.
so eager to jump on that MCU bandwagon and like copy that formula, and like it's a smart business formula to build a franchise of 200 movies and Disney Plus series and everything, but
Yeah, but
like it
they
can't do
caught
it the right way.
no, and they caught magic in the bottle, like magic in a bottle with that, and you can see it deteriorating ever since. There's been hits, but there's been a lot more misses than hits, in my opinion.
Yeah.
After Endgame, it's just, and also it's just like you don't have those big characters that everybody liked anymore. You're introducing new characters, and some people are going to like them, and some people aren't. So
Yeah, I mean, every hero in the current Marvel is a second generation version of a
mhm.
Captain America or a Hulk or a Thor, or, you know, so like it's diluted. It feels diluted.
Yeah.
Whereas the Infinity Saga, they were building on everything to that peak of Endgame, and then they had nowhere to go from there because you killed your main heroes, and like you have to rebuild from scratch. And so now all these new things, we don't know how they fit together or if they're going to pay off in the future.
Yeah.
So we don't get as invested because we're not anticipating what that builds up is anymore, you know?
Exactly. There's, and I don't know. It feels like not the same. And you also have superhero burnout too. That's real. So I don't know. It's I feel kind of bad for some of the actors that they're kind of coming in near the end. It's not necessarily their fault, but Stussy says he did see Batman Beyond at Walmart. Stussy,
Really?
if you see
Walmart.
another one, let me know. I desperately want that figure. So, guys, is there anything? I want to get into our top fives here in a minute, but is there anything in particular that you're necessarily really looking forward to? Like one item? It doesn't have to be coming out this year, next year, something you're anticipating that you just can't wait to add to your collection.
Andrew, what you got?
So I think definitely there's a pre-order for GameStop exclusive for the Cinch, Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and Darth Maul.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Those, everything but the mall is really expensive now.
Yeah,
That's
gotta
I'm
wait
looking
for
forward.
Are those new bodies on old characters?
I think the mall, I think, is the newest sculpt. I'm not sure. I don't know much about Star Wars.
Because
Andrew.
they were released a while ago and they're hard to get now.
Yeah.
That's always good to like refresh the market, you know?
Andrew, what was that Qui-Gon going for before Start Pack?
Honestly, don't know.
Yeah.
Not one I looked at. Yeah.
Yeah. Were you able to get any of those original releases at all? Like any of the three of those? You missed out on all of them?
Yeah, because I
I
wasn't
don't feel like
really collecting them at that time, so missed out on like a decent amount of stuff.
Man, there's a lot of good Star Wars stuff coming out here soon. I want that the prequel Yoda that comes with the Clone Trooper.
Mhm.
So when that pops up in stock, Hasbro Pulse, I think it's a Pulse exclusive. I'm gonna hop on that. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the Clone Trooper. I don't want it. I just want the Yoda.
Sell it.
That's probably gonna have to
Trade it for a
But-
Spider-Man.
yeah, right. David, is there anything in particular that you're looking forward to, like something that you just can't wait to put on that shelf?
I mean, I'm looking forward to what happens with this Dragon Man made to order thing.
Yeah.
Because it's a massive figure and it looks really well executed. So I'm excited to see that. I don't know. I was just looking at my latest list of like pre-orders that I've made that will be rolling through the next October, November. And it's just so much stuff. Like I can't even pick. Like I'm excited for all of it, but there's just so much coming, and I don't know how I'm going to pay for it all. And that's just where my head is at right now.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the new Batman 66 wave.
Of course.
Just revealed. Because I am a diehard fan of Batman 1966. So getting a Wonder Woman in that style and Clock King, which I didn't expect. Yes. Like they didn't show Clock King off at SDCC,
Right there.
but they showed the others. So I was pleasantly surprised that he was included in this. I thought it was on the leak list. It was like a misplaced figure because they did a Comic Clock King just recently. So I thought it just landed in the wrong part of the list. But to see a
Right.
66 version of him is exciting. Like he was in one 2-part episode in the show in 3 years, and like so getting these like niche villains, like spoiler alert, one of my top 5 is Bookworm, who was another
Nice.
one-shot villain. But yeah, I guess that's what I'm most excited about right now amongst the
Oh.
avalanche of figures coming.
I will tell you that Wonder Woman already looks better than the multiverse one. I will stand by that.
Keeping it simple. So how can you go
Mhm.
wrong, you know?
All right, so, guys, let's go ahead and jump into our top 5s. And Andrew, you've been far too quiet. I'm going to, bam, Andrew,
Front
hit
and center.
us front and center, my friend. Hit us with your number 5. And
Number
any
5.
stipulations or any disclaimers you want to throw out in front?
Honestly, I didn't have like a really good top 5. I just looked through what I had and just picked up what I liked. So
Hey,
we'll start
that's
off.
what it's all about, man.
Yeah.
This is your collection. This is your top 5.
Yeah.
Anybody else's opinion doesn't matter.
That's right. They can get over it. So for number 5, I've got a so from Attack of the Clones, C-3PO and R2 just wander onto the wrong conveyor belts. Well, C-3PO's body gets separated from his head and ends up on a different line. This is the B-1 battle droid head with backpack gun on a C-3PO body. It's from
I like that.
Yeah. That's one of mine. So
Nice. I like that. I like that, bud. All right. So number 5 was the abomination C-3PO
that's right.
from Andrew. David, hit us with your number 5, my friend.
So I showed him already, but number 5 will be Bookworm. Just a snazzy, sleek-looking figure. He's in a leather suit. Can't go wrong. Got his glasses. Got his little lamp on his head for reading books in the dark. And yeah, he's just like a quirky villain you'd never think that you would get in toy form. Like a Bookworm action figure, really? Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong.
Why does he refuse to? He can do 6-inch figures. He's doing 6-inch figures. Why is he doing his main line as 7-inch? I know it. I've tried to make myself realize that I think the reason we tend to think that most things are 6-inch is because all of Hasbro is 6-inch. There are a lot more other companies that do 7-inch. So I'm trying not to give him too much crap about that. It just frustrates me that he's all over the place with scale. It frustrates me because I like some of them too.
It's ego. He wants to prove to everyone, and he has to prove to everyone, oh, I'm going to make such a great line of figures that you're just not going to want anything else. And you're never going to like any other DC toy, no matter who makes it, because mine are the best, and I'm going to do them on my own scale so that nobody can ever compete with me. That's the ego.
Mm-hmm.
Bam.
So, yeah. And man, this is the thing. Like, he does great sculpts, and NECA does great sculpts. They're 7-inch scale. Diamond Select does great sculpts or 7-inch scale. Just McFarlane is more on the mass production kind of over all of them. And with a great line like DC, it just feels like it's spiteful. Like, even like, I'm sure you've seen that Rob Liefeld clip of him making fun of McFarlane and saying, I'm going to make all your DCs 7-inch just to mess with you. And they're friends, so he knows. So my number 5 is the Disney Pixar Spotlight series, WALL-E from Mattel. This thing is awesome. It's really hard to find now, but his wheels move. I dropped the plant. He comes with the plant, his little cockroach friend. The wheels come off or they extend. He comes with extra heads. He opens up to like crush, like he comes with a little trash compact block.
Wow.
He's so articulated. If I can get that to close. don't want to break it on camera, but even like the eyes move, like so all the emotions that he has through the movie,
That
you
is
can
so
kind of recreate that. And the arms extend. I don't know if I can get it to do it. The arms extend. It's just a really fun line. I wish they would do more like Disney Pixar figures like this. I feel like it's something they haven't tapped into a lot. And these things are loaded down with accessories. And this is really fun. I've got like a nice like Pixar and Disney cube on my shelf. And I wish they would do more things like that. I absolutely love the WALL-E movie. And it's also a little more sentimental to me because my son went through a phase where he watched that movie like 3 times a day. And I still love it, even though he watched it so much.
How much does that run, that figure?
You're probably not going to get it for under 100 now.
Wow.
I got mine for 30.
Oh, okay. All right.
How
long
that
ago
was
did that-
a year and a half
Okay.
ago, probably a little longer. But
Great.
this is, I don't know if I said this is from Mattel. They haven't done a lot of figures. A lot of them you could only get from like Mattel Creations, the website, but you can also find some on Amazon too. They've done Buzz Lightyear. The Buzz Lightyear is really expensive. Woody. They did Buzz Lightyear from the Lightyear movie, and Mr. Incredible, Edna. I think that's it. They haven't done much. Oh, Kevin from Up.
Mhm.
I've got that one. So that is my number 5. Andrew, what's your number 4? It better be a good one too. Not that crappy number 5.
C-3PO head on a battle droid body.
You know, I don't have that one, surprisingly. I need to try to. No, but actually, it's another droid. So it's a
Another
vintage.
droid? I swear to God, if this is the same thing, okay.
Also, it's vintage R2D2 from like 1970.
Oh,
Yeah, I picked that up at Retro Toy-Con last
2 years ago?
or 2 years ago, something like
Yeah,
that.
you were hunting for that, right?
Yeah, so it's like one of the first few figures like getting into the collection itself. So
Bring that closer to the camera. I want a closer look at that. That
got like
looks.
a little microscope.
Oh, man,
It is dirty. Like the legs
Yeah.
are filthy.
You
So-
know what that droid has been through? Of course,
been
he's
through-
dirty.
He's been through a lot. So
There's just something about those older vintage figures. Oh man. My cousin Michael sent me some pictures the other day. He went through a storage building and found some of his old Megazords. And dude,
Mhm.
I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. I've already went through my childhood stuff. There's nothing else to go through. But that's a great pick, Andrew.
What year is that from? That figure is that from like the 70s?
yeah, from 77.
Jeez, and the paint detail on that looks awesome.
Bring it
Like
back
there's
up,
there's lines and colors. Like
That pops. That blue
Yeah.
pops.
Yeah.
seriously,
So
Man.
I don't know if I
Is that the one, Andrew, that there were like 2 or 3 guys that had them at their booths at Retro Toy Con, and you said one guy wanted like way too much for it and you found a better deal?
walked around looking for them.
Yeah.
Like, going for a better price and we'll do it.
what happened? My phone didn't even move.
There
you
we go.
Jesus,
Dude, you're back.
Christ.
You're back. You're
I
back.
don't know how that happens.
It was too much awesomeness to handle. It's I
Not
had to
what-
try to shrink you down on the screen,
Yeah.
but bam. David. Oh, lost my
So-
voice there for a second.
With the non-surprises and
Oh.
Icarus. So
Look, we can be twinsies. Hold on.
I can only see me. What do you got?
Oh.
Wait.
Let me bring twinsies, right?
Oh,
Right? Right?
MC
Right, everybody? It's the
MC
same thing, right?
Best movie. They're gonna continue that franchise, I'm sure.
I'm waiting for Wave 2, Danyun. I'm waiting for Wave 2. That's-
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
it-
talk about
it's an
detail
ongoing joke.
back to a figure though. Like, there's so much sculpt in this, and for a property that it didn't seem like Marvel gave a damn about, they really put a lot of effort into the figure with all of the sculpts, all the paint detail, like everything.
Yeah.
The wonder
Yeah.
to behold.
It's so cool to see them actually like put that much effort into figures that you would think they would just normally crap out and not care that much about.
Right.
So I don't necessarily like. I finished Zabu, but David, I don't get mad. I got rid of that figure.
You got rid of Zabu, or you got rid of?
No, I kept Zabu.
Oh, okay.
The only figure I still have from that wave is
Red
Cable.
Widow. Oh, copy.
Close. That was a close second. That one really hurt to get rid of. Really hurt to get rid of. So before we get to my number 4, I've been ignoring the chat. Want to Stussy to say he saw Batman Beyond. He said, for confirmed releases, I'm looking forward to Deadpool and Wolverine figures and the Secret Wars retro carded wave. As we all are, my friend. As we all are. Some people already have those ZD Toys ones, but they're 7-inch scale. I think they got them off AliExpress. Legion X says, I'm looking forward to Capcom Shumagorath. Yeah. It's on the leak list. Will it be Bendy Wire? Maybe. They're doing more and more Bendy Wire.
It better be.
Stussy said, thoughts on the McFarlane Bleach figures? I don't have one in hand yet, Stussy. Hold on. Speaking of Bleach figures, this is the reason I don't. I went the Dassin model route. I don't know if y'all have ever gotten anything from Dassin model. Let me make myself full screen here. But it's kind of more 7-inch scale. So if you're going to get McFarlane either way, it's all soft goods, comes with extra heads. They do like anime figures that you would normally not get. And this, to me, I didn't finish Bleach and I didn't watch, I didn't go past, I think, like the first season. So, but I loved the first season. I remember watching it on Toonami. I don't remember much about it to this day, but back in the Toonami days. So I wanted Ichigo. I saw McFarlane doing one. I saw it at Target and it looked nice. But if you can find, I got this one off AliExpress and it comes with a stand and everything. I would recommend this over the McFarlane one, honestly. Or heck, get both and see which one you like and return the other one. They're both 7-inch scale. But yeah. I've got that. I've got Yusuke from, what was it called? Drawing a blank. Anyway, and I've got the Inuyasha on order, but it's held up because it's coming with something else that was on pre-order that hasn't released yet. So, anime talk over. And Counterculture says, that's why we don't collect them, David. That's why we don't collect those McFarlane figures. And Stussy says, I'd like to see McFarlane do TMNT. Oh, no. Well, okay. So he could probably do decent TMNT. If NECA can do it, that's that 7-inch scale. And you never know that he wouldn't have to do too much articulation because they're turtles, right? Counterculture said, this is not the droid you're looking for. Mike Hext is here. What's up, buddy? And Legion X says, David, where'd you get the eye effect?
I cut it right off of the MCU Icarus and glued it onto the comic one.
Twinsies.
Yo.
And Compulsive Collector. We're talking about McFarlane. Here he comes. Where'd Justin get the budget to have David, Evan, and Smith on the show? Well,
I'm supposed to get paid for this?
So goodbye to that comment. Don't worry about that. That was actually, I accidentally brought that up from another stream. He was talking to somebody else. Don't worry about it. There's another David, Evan, and Smith.
If I'm in the budget, like I would think I'd get a check, right? Like,
it's in the mail. It wasn't in the box with the Charizard.
No,
it should have been in the box with the Charizard.
Just a sticker.
I'll have a talk with my
and
assistant.
a little duck.
Yeah, that's your trophy, by the way. That duck's your trophy. There we go. It'll bring you good luck in all duck races to come, just not on this channel because no more duck races on this channel.
I need all the luck I can get.
Sussy did say that Mayfex did a Harley Quinn
from the Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah, I'm guessing the second one is what he's referring to.
Like the red dress, was it that?
I think so. So. See, I know McFarlane did one of those. And SH Figure Arts and Mafex have done all these different Harley Quinns, and they mix together in my head. I'm not sure. I've got a SHF Harley Quinn from the first Suicide Squad movie, but
Yeah, I bought 3. I have 3. I think I have 3 SHF Harleys from the movie. The roller. I got one her Birds of Prey movie. I got that gold jumpsuit with the roller skates.
Oh yeah, they did figures from that movie too.
And SH Figure Arts did do a red jacket version from the second movie, which I have that, and the first movie in her t-shirt, Daddy's Little Monster or whatever it was.
Yeah, that's the one I got.
Yeah.
Nick did have to leave. He said, I tried to stay a little longer, but my time's up. Have a nice time, guys. This was fun. Thanks for showing up, Nick. Don't be a stranger, bud. You're welcome around these parts all the time. And Rush agrees. He says, I'm sorry that Wonder Woman was ugly as hell. Rush, I tried to like that figure so much. I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to rant on my Wonder Woman.
This is quite the McFarlane bashing stream, I have to say.
Yeah.
We're trying not to. We're really trying not to, but we're falling into it. All of us.
I'm going to redeem myself. Who are we on? We're on me, right?
3.
For number 3. Right? Hold on.
Would you do number 4?
Yep. Number 4. We're on me for number 4.
I thought it was MCU Icarus. We were twinsies.
No, I'm sorry. My number 4 is the Jazzwares Pokemon Select Charizard as representation for my love for Pokemon and the Pokemon line, and this figure is amazing. Sadly, not all their Pokemon releases are this good. They're not all this articulated, but I'm a sucker for Pokemon, especially Gen 1. And the fact that these are $19.99 at Target when you find them. And it's just, it comes with a stand. It's got all this articulation. Could it deal with the wash? Is it cheap plastic? Yeah, but come on, man. This is awesome, and I absolutely love it. So that is my number 4, is the Jazzwares Pokemon Select Charizard. So, Andrew, are you ready? Yeah, see, it's David's next one too. So Andrew, I yapped long enough. I bought you time. Have you come up with a number 3?
I do have number 3. Well, number 3 actually shared by 2 different figures. So I like Christmas, my favorite season of the year.
Never heard of it.
Christmas Mandalorian. This is like little ugly Christmas sweater. Little vibe going on there. But yeah, I mean, those. They're just great. I mean, that was the first one I picked up. Got it off of Mercari for like dirt cheap. The only thing it didn't come with was his blaster rifle. But this one I picked up new, I think, from Amazon. So,
nice. Yeah. They do new holiday ones, new Christmas ones every year, right?
Yeah, usually it's like different, like stormtroopers or clone troopers or something. But
yeah,
more of like a Mandalorian type fan, so that's why I picked those up.
You should get all of them, Andrew, and just have just a cube, and you can put like the fake snow down in it and everything, and just make an awesome. I'm giving you ideas. I'll buy the snow. I'll buy the snow.
All right, sounds good.
And hold on, and no, didn't mean to bring that back up. Hey, mom, love you,
Mom.
Don't worry about that compulsive collector comment, guys. Someone needs a new agent. I don't know what he's talking about. Stussy says, from the second movie, McFarlane did the red dress Harley, and Figure Arts did the red and black outfit from the start of the movie. Okay. There's too many Harleys. So I'm amazed that all different lines and companies for Pokemon toys look good next to each other. They do. All those colors pop. It's nice and colorful. I love it. And David Whited Arcade and Toy Channel says, hello, everybody. Hello, David. How's it going today, bud? We are about to get into David, Evan, and Smith's number 3.
All of ours. So I don't get to pick 3 for 3, but
no. Unless you want to go MCU Icarus.
No, I'm going to pass on that. But I have to go with classic green She-Hulk on the very appropriate Iron Man retro card wave. Is there anything not beautiful about this figure?
That looks great. That's
When we
great.
talk about Wonder Woman being a mess from McFarlane, let's McFarlane bash a little more. Like, look at this larger sculpted female figure, all the articulation, the beautiful head sculpt, hair sculpt, voluminous. She's just a shining star. Like a lot of these figures that I select, I want to buy multiples of them just because they're such good figures. Like I bought two
Mhm.
Bookworm. I bought a second Icarus to put the energy eyes in. I have 3 of these She-Hulks. So like when figures are that good, like I just want to put them in multiple areas of the display because they fit eras and decades and teams, and they just capture that classicness so perfectly. So it's another part of my lack of self-control. But
Yeah, it happens. If you're ever in a pinch and you've got extras, you can always sell them to fund other stuff too. I mean, you're a customizer too, so you have, like you said with the Icarus, it makes sense.
one of the She-Hulks, I took the belt off of it with acetone. So, because she's beltless in some of the comic appearances. So, like change it up a little bit. But yeah, I don't know about selling. I do buy all the retro card stuff though. I buy duplicates to keep on cards. So eventually, if I need to like an emergency surgery or something, I can like sell
Mhm.
all the X-Men retro cards, and like make amends.
I'm gonna say like not everything goes up in value, but it is kind of nice knowing like if I was ever in a pinch, I know some of this stuff's worth a lot of money. I can just offload it if I needed to.
Yeah.
So speaking of McFarlane bashing, we are going to keep up the McFarlane bashing. No, not really. We're gonna make up for it a little bit because guys, guess what? A McFarlane made it onto my list. This is my number 3. This is Captain Carrot, McFarlane DC Multiverse. In my mind, the only thing that could make this figure better is a cloth wired cape. I love this figure. Everything about it. It's got so much personality. This is probably where a lot of my hate for that Wonder Woman figure comes from because I see how good he can do. Just the ears articulate, the types of extra hands he comes with. This is a plastic cape, but it's thin enough. It doesn't make him fall over or anything. He's even got the tail, the cute little rabbit tail. This thing's awesome. This is that perfect kind of goofy figure. And he knocked it out of the park with this one. And that's why I give him such a hard time on some of the other stuff. I love this. Nobody can say I hate McFarlane. This is one of my favorite figures in my collection.
I have that figure too, and I agree 100%. That's a great figure. The texturing on it all over is amazing. Like
It's
beautiful.
man,
They chose all the right places to articulate him. Like you want to be able to move the ears around. I think, does the tail move a little bit?
Yeah, it does. I'm worried it's gonna like pop. I think it's like just a peg in there in like the plastic so you can turn it. So I'm kind of worried if I mess with it too much, it'll pop out.
Yeah.
They could have maybe a carrot accessory would have been cool, but man, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. But a cloth wired cape would be the only improvement I would make.
So could you mod it? Could you like I know it's like attached with the carrots, right?
That's an interesting question. I could not. I'm sure someone talented like you could, David. I could not. You would have to cut it at the carrots. I'm pretty sure I can. Because it kind of goes under.
Is it like a red plastic pegged under the orange plastic carrot?
It's all attached. It looks like it's glued on.
But is the orange like it's the same plastic, or it's like a separate plastic that's like glued on?
It's a separate plastic.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could cut it and then like probably, I don't know. I'm a novice, but I think you could probably cut it further down and then get a white cloth wired cape and maybe put it over. So that way it would cover the carrot. I would just worry about how you would make that flush.
Yeah. Well, but yeah, that would be the only thing. And I feel like he got on that wired cape bandwagon a little late. Like most like the Batman and Robin wave is all like plastic capes, right?
Yeah, it is. And then the Batman Forever wave, the Robin has an amazing cape. That Batman cape is cloth, but it's not wired.
Limp.
And it's that really thin
Yeah.
cape too, where I don't know. And that figure's I like that figure. They're all good. They're all great. I don't know. I'm not gonna polish McFarlane's knob anymore.
Did you hear there was a second Batman and Robin wave?
What?
I can't name my source, but I saw it on YouTube. So search.
Oh, it must be true.
But it was like the Batman, Robin, and Batgirl in their Arctic suits, which was like the black and silver.
Ooh,
And then Bane was the Build-A-Figure, and Poison Ivy in her like green ombre jumpsuit with the knobs in her hair.
Yes.
Yeah. So
that'd be amazing.
I just don't know if like I could justify buying another set of the Clooney team.
You know you would.
Bane, but I would want Bane.
Yeah.
You know,
you'd always get them and sell them. He had an Arctic suit too in that movie, right? So
Bane?
it would just no. Did you say it would be another Batman in that?
Yeah,
wave?
Batman, Robin, and Batgirl all in the
Arctic suits. Okay.
And then Poison Ivy in her other look, and then Bane is the Build-A-Figure. So
yeah, I would get it just for the Bane. I would turn around and sell the Arctic suit. You know, the Arctic suits would probably have cloth wired capes though. So
that's how they get you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make me spend money.
That Poison Ivy would probably be the chase, the hard to find figure in that, because judging by the Uma Thurman Poison Ivy we already have, that thing's impossible to find.
Yeah, nobody's gonna be able to, like, that's again, like I saw that first in a GameStop and I like jumped on it right away. Like I can't. No one can find it. No one can get it.
Yeah. I got mine off Amazon, like an early pre-order.
Mm-hmm.
So that otherwise I've saw the Batman hung around in Walmarts around here and went on clearance. But that was the only figure that really hung around, which is weird on the Batman wave.
I still see that Clooney Batman in like my comic book shop, but all the other figures are gone.
Yeah. Mike Heck says, everybody chill. Yes, that Mr. Freeze Build-A-Figure. I love that. 90s Arnie is top tier to me. David Whited Arcade and Toy Channel. I have 1,000 subscribers on my channel. Congratulations, man. I'm trying to get there. It's a tough climb. It is a tough climb. So let's see here. So we had whose turn is it? Andrew?
Andrew, I think.
Yep.
Andrew.
So
Andrew.
Number 2. Yeah.
Number two. Is this a good one?
Last week's pickup. I showed you the box.
Yeah. Oh.
Riding the speeder bike. So this is probably like one of the first 3 and 3 kits that I've picked up that actually has some really good articulation. I think that's why I kind of made it to the top. Also, it just reminded me of Grogu getting punched, which was things that ever happened in that show, honestly. But I mean, that's all I mean.
Child abuse. Okay.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Speeder bike. So, I mean, we start off with the 3 3/4 scale battle droid.
Yeah.
No articulation whatsoever.
Limited.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a lot of the old figures. But this one, like, I mean, his knee bends, the foot, articulation. His leg will rotate in weird directions. I mean, even got more articulation. So, I mean, that's honestly why I kind of made it to my top 2.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a nice surprise, right? When you first brought that up, I honestly thought it was Black Series when you first showed it off.
No, it's 3 3/4.
That's the scale for world building. That's what people say.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna start getting into now that they're making them a little bit better. So
yeah. That's nice, man.
Yeah.
I'm always thrilled when they can pack good articulation into small scale figures. I'm not a collector of Star Wars, but like back in the day, I did collect, like when the prequels came out, 1, 2, and 3 came out. Like I tried to get into the basic main characters of the thing, and like the Yodas were always a struggle because they were just like these blocks of inarticulated mess, you know. But like Marvel Legends, like a Rocket Raccoon that has good articulation in MCU figure, like any small thing that has like real, like more than 5 points, you know, like that always impresses me. So Good shout on that. I did.
Oh
that.
yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I think everyone's all about the 6-inch scale. I think I, people that have collected Star Wars for a long time, like our friend Kurt K, he leans more towards that scale, the smaller scale, because they say it's better for world building. So, and they've quietly improved the articulation, and I think a lot of people, that's why a lot of Star Wars guys I see criticize Black Series a lot, because I feel like they say they're the slower team to innovate and do an update and everything. Meanwhile, they're able to release the smaller figures at 3 3/4 scale with like at a lower price with more stuff, usually. But
I can world build my 6-inch
yes.
over here. Yeah. Is it me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so
Uh-huh.
my number 2. This is not one that I've bought multiples of, but it is a beautiful figure. So,
Ooh.
the new Iron Fist from the 2-pack, the 85th anniversary Iron Fist with Luke Cage. So this wins it for me. I mean, I don't need to buy more than one of this, because this is truly like captures the iconic classic 70s Iron Fist perfectly. The colors are great, expressive head, all of the like the fire effect, like he comes with like 8 different hands, drop down, is it drop down waist? No, maybe not. Yes it is.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Drop down hip articulation, like you really can't do better than that Iron Fist. So anyway, I have him on the shelf, he's dynamic, like no matter what. So
That's on one of the newer Bucks, right?
Yeah, that's the Renew Your Vows
Uh,
Spider-Man, but it's like a modded new torso for like the costume details with the collar. Oh,
it's so vibrant.
it
It's
really
so
is.
nice.
Like, it will catch your eye like nothing, like nobody's business. Like truly
Those paint apps on the chest, they did a great job on that too.
right to get into the little
Mhm.
cleavage,
Yeah.
and get that tattoo clean, crisp,
Oh, yeah,
solid.
that makes me sad. I see really good comic figures like that I skip out on because I can't justify it in my collection. Yeah, so I
You
feel
can't
bad.
justify it.
I can't justify it because I just don't have a spot for it.
There's
I'm
look at
buying
all
too
those
much other
shelves back
crap.
there. What's on all those shelves back there behind you? Is there an
There's-
empty shelf? Is that an empty shelf I see behind you?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Justin,
I've got a
you
plan
don't have
for
a
it.
space for it.
I've got a plan for it.
Do you have
There's-
Street Hero? You don't have a collection of Street Heroes?
Not really. I've got the only street level heroes I have are like Marvel, are like the Netflix Daredevil and Punisher.
So you don't have a comic Daredevil?
No, I do. In my Spider-Man, my animated series.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
the cell shaded one with the Hydra Man?
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
one I've got.
Well,
I've got a Daredevil. I've got
okay.
I've got a
So-
comic Punisher up there too.
He couldn't
Yeah.
hang with Punisher and Daredevil and with Spider-Man?
My question is, was he in any of the animated series?
Was he in any of them?
Was he in like Spider-Man the animated series or X-Men?
No, but he was in Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
See, that one's not. I didn't watch that one. I don't think.
You need to, because it
When
was the best one. It was better than Avengers Assemble. And they
Mhm.
did a whole new Avengers episode
No.
with Luke Cage and Thing and Wolverine and the astonishing costume and Spider-Man, and they all were the new Avengers.
Stop
So-
trying to get me to spend more money.
Buy the figure. Justify it.
Justification. We all know I'll end up trading for it at some point. So is it me? Number 2. So I'm down to 2 things I'm seeing on the table here. And so number 2 is going to be the SH Figure Arts Super Saiyan Goku. This is his original look when he first went Super Saiyan on Namek. This is the new 3.0 body. He's big and bulky like he was. That's super nostalgic to me. Coming home from school, catching the new episode of Dragon Ball Z. Well, new to us here in America. And just, oh man, everything about this is iconic. Comes with different hair pieces, different faceplates, of course. This
He
just
get
does it for
taller
me.
and he ripped his pants.
Say what?
He got taller and like his pants ripped.
No, he got the crap beat out of him until he finally powered up. So,
Okay.
but yeah, they did it perfect. It's amazing. I love it. SH Figure Arts needs to start trying to get me to spend more money. I try to really limit myself. They're doing a big, bulky, full-powered Frieza to go with him. I have Final Form Frieza, but when he's small before he bulks up to full power. SH Figure Arts is a problem, and I try to really limit my Dragon Ball Z collection to certain figures, but it's a bit of an issue. Let's see here.
They're
John,
all Goku, right?
say what?
They're all Goku, right?
Oh, if you ask Dan who, yeah, they're all Goku. When I finally get him to come on the show, I'm gonna have a slideshow made up of all the different Dragon Ball Z characters, and we're gonna speed round it. And I'm gonna get him to name each one of them, and I already know he's gonna be like Goku, 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 Goku.
Black-haired Goku, red-haired
Yeah.
Goku.
That's
old
Green Goku.
Mm-hmm.
The short Goku.
Mm-hmm.
Compulsive Collector says Earth's Mightiest Heroes is the best Marvel animation. I'd love a Wasp and her costume from that series.
See, this man gets it.
Yeah.
John gets it. Compulsive Collector, you always got my back. You're always right here with me.
On the McFarlane love too.
The what? Huh? What did he say?
Stephen Wilson says, I got that one a few weeks ago talking about the Goku. Yeah, man, it's great. It is awesome. So that's my number 2. So, Andrew, I almost removed you from the stream. Sorry.
Wow.
What is your number 1? This is your number 1, right?
Yeah, I do have number 1. So number
Yeah, but
1,
your absolute, hold on, it has to be your absolute favorite figure in the collection, because the stipulation at the end of the stream is you have to set everything else on fire and just keep this one thing.
I got you.
Just trying to help.
So number 1, one day walking through GameStop, happened to look over in the clearance section and happened to see George Lucas in disguise as a stormtrooper. So currently leaving it on card. I don't know if I'm going to take it out of the box yet. I've looked on Mercari. I've actually found some out of box. So I may get, but
does the helmet is the helmet an extra head, or does it go on it, or is it just an accessory?
it goes on it. So I don't know if you can see.
Oh.
Empty.
So like it fits over his face?
Yeah.
That's
How did
great.
that go to clearance? Stormtrooper, you can use it as him or a stormtrooper, and it's an army builder.
I don't know. It just happened.
That's an awesome find, man.
Yeah.
I like that. I kind of want that. I don't know. I need one more stormtrooper for my very small Star Wars shelf. I need one more stormtrooper to put next to my Darth Vader.
Oh, hey, just
But
go on Mercari. They're on
You
there.
would just buy a George Lucas limited edition Stormtrooper and display him as a regular Stormtrooper?
Exactly.
Bruh.
Exactly. He gave up his rights. He's fine.
Yeah. He did. He sold it all.
Sold out.
Yeah.
Nah.
Well, to be honest, as a non-Star Wars collector, I was very tempted when they announced that figure, because you want the icons behind the scenes. You want the Stan Lee, you want the Jack Kirby, you want the George Lucas to kind of be peppered around the display in those key places. So like I was very tempted. I felt like the face could have been like a more photoreal elevated version. Like it felt like a very like simplified face. So I didn't jump on it, but that almost got me to buy that figure because, you know, it's George Lucas, you know? So good grab. And you got that on clearance at GameStop?
Yeah.
How much did you pay for that?
Less than $20, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Probably like, if it was on clearance at GameStop, it was probably at least 15, right? Because, well, it probably retailed for 24. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's a good find. Stussy said, you want the Todd McFarlane. Yes, from the 2-pack. It comes with extra feet. Extra feet. So, David, what is your favorite figure? It's the one you're keeping. We're torching everything else after this video, after this live stream. So what are you keeping?
That's a lot of melted plastic. Well, Jesus Christ. So in honor of Rich M, honorable mention. I really almost chose this figure, but got this most recently. The Warlord Professor Xavier from Walmart exclusive. I can't justify putting this as a top 5 because it is very basic. Like all of the flash and pizzazz is the helmet and the collar piece and the cell shading paint on the metal, but it really does capture the exact look from the comic. So like anything that I would not have changed anything about, like if there's a figure I won't change anything about, like it lands pretty high on the list for me, but I can't justify that being a top. But in the same cosmic realm, the Phoenix.
Ooh.
Now this is the old Dark Phoenix 2-pack head on this figure, but the figure itself is great, very well articulated. It's taller than the Warbird figure, so it's better proportioned to the collection. And you have this great, shiny, amazing Phoenix bird with the head articulate, so he can look to the left or look to the right. Yeah, so that has to be my number 1 for this year. There's a million other things I could list in my entire collection because, I mean, honestly, if I had to go everything, my custom Deathbird from Christina Conan is the there's not, Hasbro will never top it. Nobody that customizes will ever top it. It's the best. I don't even want to take her down because I'll drop her or break her or something, but that would be probably my number 1 in the entire collection. And shout out to Christina Conan because she's an epic customizer.
Oh, that's awesome. So you're telling me I am going to regret that I haven't picked up that Phoenix. I didn't pre-order it.
I bought 2 of her. One is in my X-Men 97 shelf and one is in my Cosmic shelf.
Yeah,
it's that good.
I want to get it. It's probably sold out everywhere now. I'll be able to pick it up at some point. No,
if it's still on CMD store where I got mine, and it's like the average price that it was.
Oh, okay. So, I'll pick it up. Is it like what? 34?
Well, no.
No.
It was more than that. It was. Yeah.
Well, Compulsive Collector says he has a director's collection with that George Lucas, Jon Favreau, Happy Hogan, Carl Weathers, Grief Karga, Amy Jo Johnson, Pink Ranger. That sounds like an awesome collection there. Yeah. So now, John, you need to get the rest of the Lightning collection and then join me on the Hasbro hate of them discontinuing the Lightning collection as they started the Turbo line.
That was painful.
I'm never going to let that go.
The gut that they stopped that line. Just because there's so much more they can do for cheap. Like you're just painting
it's the same
basic
molds.
Bodies. And like you only need to ever spend money if you make a monster. And there's a million monsters, like the core villains of the seasons and then the episode monsters. There's a million things you could continue to do to keep the line on the shelves. And
I don't know. They fumbled it. They could have done Rito. We didn't get a Rito. We didn't get a Squatting Babu. I wanted Nasty Knight was one of my favorite monsters from an episode based around Zach, where he gets more Dragon Shield
monsters, and then like the true core team. I did want all of those. I wanted Rito and Squat and Babu. I wanted Master Vile,
Vulcan Skull.
I wanted an Ivan Ooze if they could figure that out licensing wise. Vulcan Skull, definitely wanted that. Wanted Civilian Rangers. Like there was so many things they could just pull from MMPR, and they just let the line like sift through their fingers. Like what? Why? Who? Where? Like unfair.
Speaking of Ivan Ooze, I got this probably about a year ago, but I was very surprised I was able to find it for really cheap.
So I had an Ivan Ooze when I was a kid, but that's a more like That's a more mid,
Um,
right?
this is from 2016.
Oh yeah,
So,
so it's definitely a
yeah.
later from what I had.
Yeah. So it's
Much
like, I guess, a
better.
rerun, or I don't know. Ivan Ooze. You said Ivan Ooze. That
Oh
they could have done so much. We needed movie like figures
yeah,
from that actual movie too.
yeah.
They fumbled it. They
R.I.P.
fumbled it.
R.I.P.
And Christopher Allen said Phoenix is still available in Pulse. I'm gonna have to get it.
You gotta get
Uh,
it. I
so
don't say you don't have a place in your collection for Phoenix.
I know.
Right.
My X-Men cube is currently one cube, and they're all cramped, and that's why I've got an empty cube. I'm going to rearrange, and I'm going to spread it out to the next cube over. So, yeah, they're really cramped in there. Stussy said I would have collected Time Force and Wild Force if they finished those teams. Yeah, I was a completionist on Lightning Collection, but when they completely discontinued it, I got rid of everything, every team that wasn't complete except, of course, my Turbo Rangers. I was just very frustrated. I was very, very frustrated.
Especially Turbo. Like that was the last season that like the original members were in.
Yeah,
And like I don't.
and they were doing a bunch of multi-packs there at the end. You could have given us a 4-pack with the other 4 Turbo Rangers.
Yeah. Instead of the Omega Ranger pack from like the comic, right? Just
and I got
Turbo.
those, and those were good figures. But I turned around and sold them because I was just so kind of burnt on the line, and they were really good figures though.
With that, with you like with the line dying, and with you constantly shuffling and consolidating and rearranging, are you shrinking your Power Ranger space to make room for Phoenix and Iron Fist and all the other you should have?
Not any more than I already have. I went through that purge of a lot of the Lightning Collection teams they weren't going to finish, and stopped being a completionist in that way. I got rid of my metallic Ranger team, so I shrunk in that way to condense, and the rest is just gonna remain untouched. Because I really do. They're good figures. They're simple. They were able to reuse the molds. It was a super cheap line. I don't know what they were thinking. Kenny did say
one of the most epic, iconic fails in the decade of like, for us to lose that line, you know, like it really doesn't make any sense.
You could just keep re-releasing if you're worried. You keep re-releasing a Mighty Morphin figure in each wave if you want, because those are always going to sell.
Right.
If you're worried about it, there's. Kenny did say just picked up NECA Beetlejuice and the Tux re-released. So pumped. Me and the wife rewatched the original Beetlejuice movie the other night. So we're not going to be able to make it to the movies to see the new one, but I'm excited for it to come out on streaming with little one, everything. He's not movie. He'll be 4 this month. He's not movie going age yet. I don't want him bothering everybody. Sussy says it was all downhill when they moved Power Rangers figure production to Vietnam. Yeah, that's when a lot of the QC issues started with loose joints and everything, and they started going pinless.
I didn't know that happened. Okay.
Yeah, it was sad.
Damn.
But I believe it's me, right? And
number 1. Drum roll, please.
So it's not a figure actually, and you know, are you aware? McFarlane has started doing these. What do they call? He calls them like. I mean, they're.
This is a joke. You're joking, right?
No, they're basically like he calls them what, posed figures, right?
Yeah.
They look. I mean, I haven't gotten any of those. Those are crap. But it is McFarlane, but it's not a figure. It is.
Ooh.
Hold on, let me.
Nice.
This thing.
Nice. Did you just get that?
I've had it for probably about a month.
Oh.
But man.
So this begs the question: are you all in on those vehicles?
I want to be, but I want to go back and pick up the Joker Mobile, but I feel like that one might eventually hit clearance. I've got the bike
still on the shelves in my Targets, like the Joker.
Yeah.
So I maybe, but it's also
Yeah.
like you don't think that the stores are going to have that many units of it. So
Yeah,
if in the area there's like 5 people that would want the Joker mobile, then they might get bought up before clearance,
exactly. But if they're still sitting, my justification, if you will, if they're still sitting on Target shelves, then hopefully they'll have abundance in the warehouse, maybe, and it'll go on clearance on the app or the website. That being said,
I have the Joker mobile and it looks really good.
it looks really good, and and he's going to be releasing a third Joker, so you have no shortage of Jokers to put in it. So, and I'm all in on his lines at this point. That Batman the Anime series, I completely missed out on the original DC Direct run. I was lucky enough to before he started re-releasing them in the Build-A-Figure waves, he released Batman, Robin, Catwoman
Was it Bullock in that multi-pack?
Yeah, in that multi-pack, but he released the Batman and Robin and all those like single packed and like the original packaging too. And they popped up at GameStops and like Books A Million. And so I was able to pick up that Batman with, it doesn't have the ab crunch and has like the better head sculpt. And so I'm lucky enough to have that one. So the other 2 Batmans I got from the 2 Build-A-Figure waves, one's on the bike with the bike helmet on, and the other one's sitting in the Batmobile with the Robin from that wave in the Batmobile next to him. And I've got the Robin without the cell shading in the original packaging re-release on the shelf. So hiding the cell shading a little bit. So, but that Lockup and the Condiment King are really good Build-A-Figures.
Is your Condiment King figure's legs loose?
A little bit, not as bad as some of the horror stories I've heard. I've got him in the cube and he hasn't fallen over. So he's really back heavy with those canisters on his back though. So I've got him he's in the middle, kind of lean forward a little bit, but he hasn't fallen over yet.
That's good.
The main one that keeps falling over is he re-released the Harley Quinn in the original packaging too. Okay. That one always falls over. Just
tiny feet.
Yes. And there was another one, it was the Joker, and it came with more accessories than the one from with the trench coat. I don't know, man. I can't remember. But yeah, because the only Joker he's done yet was in the trench coat in Wave 2, right?
Yeah, but then Christmas Joker's coming next.
Yes, yeah. But in the original packaging, he released a regular Joker. He's got like a laughing face. It comes with the Joker fish and like an actual gun, but has the Bang flag at the end of it. So
I bought but I was a collector of the DC Direct collectibles line. So all of these new ones, I am rebuying them because of the damn Build-A-Figure. But so now I have like a non-cell shaded shelf and a cell shaded shelf. I say that 5 times fast, but like, but I'm all in because these Build-A-Figures are great. Like I'm iffy on Bruce Wayne. I don't know if I'm willing to go.
I'm gonna do it
deep for Bruce Wayne, but also I'm kind of thrown by this like lightning strike Batman deco figure.
I love it.
It's so Kenner, like 1993. Yes. Like I kind of have to do it, but where the fuck am I gonna display it? Pardon my French. Sorry, Justin Mom.
Just stick it in one of your Batmobiles.
Where
won't be able to see him.
No, you don't want to put Lightning Strike Batman in a Batmobile. You're not gonna see him. You know,
put him in the Batplane.
Where do I put him that you want to see him? I don't know. But then the Batwing, I have the original. Are you in for that?
That's
big. It's big.
I know. I want to be, but the $150 price point on top of where am I going to put it is the only thing. So right now I'm not, but I'm 90% sure I'm going to regret not getting it later. So,
and this is your like second chance because it was a DC Direct version, and it's probably the same price then that it is now. Yeah. But I've said this on other streams. Like my biggest drawback about the Batwing, and the reason I don't have it on display right now, is because there's not a wall mountable option. And if only they put like at the bottom of it, like a little like slot for like a nail to like sit in it, so you can hang it on a wall.
Yeah.
Like that would make it so much easier to just put a nail in a wall and display it.
Mhm.
rather than trying to like hang it from the ceiling with fishing line or whatever. I'm not that crafty to really trust
Yeah.
myself with that. But I have it and it's in a box with the wings pulled off like since I moved, and I'm dying to figure out how to get it displayed. Some other people suggested like gun rack hooks, like to put on a
Yeah.
wall.
But then
Like
it would be like flat up against the wall, right? It wouldn't be like flying displayed.
right, but I'm okay with that. Like if like you want to see the silhouette of the bat,
Yeah.
like when it flies in front of the moon, and like it would be a perfect like centerpiece in a wall in a Batman corner. And I just need to figure out how to get it mounted on a wall, But
Yeah.
it's a beautiful thing, and it lights up, and the wheels like detract up into the wings, so you can have it on wheels, like sitting on the floor, or you can fold the wheels up, and like if you can figure out a way to budget yourself to get it, you probably should get it.
Probably gonna
Just-
end up selling something and buying it, to be honest with you.
This whole stream is just me justifying purchases for you.
No, I know. I'm like, oh, what Mafex or SH Figure Arts figures can I sell to? Oh my gosh.
There you go.
But then where would I put it? It would have to go like on the top of like a bookshelf or something.
You
I
can
don't
suspend.
know.
Can you suspend it with fishing wire from your ceiling?
I could, but you'd never see me on the stream again, so my wife would probably kill me. But
Yeah, put it on like the dining
No.
room table, just as a centerpiece.
right, yeah. I think that would me and my son would be okay with that. She'd be like, "Would you move your toy? Would you move your toy?" She would never break it, but she would like make it disappear and like scare me and make me think, "Oh, I threw it away." And it'd be in a closet somewhere. But let it be known that even with all my McFarlane Wonder Woman hate, McFarlane had 2 figures in my top 5. That's someone. Andrew, what's the quick percentage on that?
It's 40%.
That's
Hold on, Andrew. Me and David actually have to go do something real quick. You mind entertaining the chat? Hold on, we'll be right back.
Yeah, I don't know if I can. Just sit here, just all quiet.
Okay, so I just pre-ordered the Batman plane. No, I'm just kidding. But guys, that is our top 5. It came with stipulations. I know Andrew told me it was a hard race between everything. He couldn't really he had a hard time ranking them. David, he's got like 36,000 figures in his collection, so he had to knock it down to figures he's picked up this year. And I was struggling with it right until starting the stream. There's way too much good stuff coming out, and it's a problem we all have. But hold on, Rush says, "Hey David, I sent you a link for a wall mount."
Ooh, thank you.
Ooh, there we go. Rush coming through in the clutch. But that's McFarlane. 2 spots in my top 5. 2 spots in my top 5, and was in one of my pickups this week, a McFarlane figure. So I don't hate McFarlane. Okay. I
had
hate
one
some of the
McFarlane.
figures.
20% of my top 5 was McFarlane. So
Exactly. 100% of Andrew's top 5 wasn't McFarlane. So actually, Andrew hates McFarlane. So Andrew, hold on. Quickly, what do you have to say for yourself about hating McFarlane?
I had nothing to say, honestly.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to justify himself to anybody.
Yeah.
John says Andrew wins. There we go, Andrew.
Justin,
and we will
getting the black and white version of that Batman Adam West 7-inch.
No, I saw it at Walmart yesterday, I think, and I just don't. Nah, I'm fine with the in color version. I don't know. I just left it for somebody else that it might mean more to. As I'm more. Oh, toy just fell over. Anyway, guys, that's our top 5. We're gonna close it out there. It's 10:39, almost 10:40 here. I appreciate everybody sticking through, catching the stream. We got up to like 15 people watching at one point. I think that's a big accomplishment for a small channel like mine. I do want to do some quick plugs before we head out. If for some reason you're watching this stream and you enjoyed seeing David Evan Smith, make sure the link is in the description of the video. Go follow him on Instagram. Does amazing customs, has amazing displays. You can just scroll through here. Team building, just great displays, my friend. Great displays. So make sure you follow him on Instagram. Also, Andrew is eventually going to make a toy Instagram. I'm going to make him, and when he finally lets me help him set up a nice Star Wars display. Andrew, you're going to just be holding my hand the whole time because I'm not going to know who goes with what. Also, make sure if you're not subscribed, you subscribe. I'm at 743. Numbers are not everything. I'm just very impressed with myself that I've made it this far. Getting close to monetization is crazy in the first year, especially my channel's all over the place. I don't collect just one line. I collect a lot of different things. And I've had some videos do really good. Some here lately, they've kind of been flops, but it is what it is. I've had some really big hits, and I'm just having fun on YouTube. It's a way to share my hobby. And at 1,000 subscribers, we are doing our next giveaway of the Once a Man Cobra Commander, the SDCC exclusive. I don't need it in my collection. I collect some Joes. I just want to give it away to somebody as a thank you. So, guys, that's it. We'll see y'all next week. Well, we all won't see you next week. I don't know who's going to be on, but anybody is welcome. Anybody here? Andrew, David, if you're around, you want to hop on next week, be happy to have you. Appreciate you guys showing up.
Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, it was fun. It was fun, man. But bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.